Aloha, beloveds. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm here in Southern Oregon near the river. I am traveling back home to my home in Southern Oregon from the Oregon coast, and I was visiting some clients up in Eugene over this weekend and holding a womb circle for the Sisterhood in Eugene, and I've been listening very deeply to a book about manifesting our dreams written by Robert Moss, and I would like to share some manifestational tools with you as we move into this full moon in Aries this Sunday, October 9th. This is going to be a really potent, beautiful harvest moon opportunity to be with the manifesting energies. Yeah, it's a really potent time to get really clear on what you're calling in for yourself and what you'd like to receive and harvest in your life. And some of the tools in which I've learned throughout the years in my manifesting practice is to really embody the feeling of having already obtained or achieved or made relations with what you're calling in for yourself, and really practice that and hold that vision. So one of the ways in which this was stated so beautifully in Robert's book is the example of the Polynesian wayfarer. So in Polynesian culture, the Polynesians came over on long boats from the islands to Hawaii, and they did that without any instruments or ways of or any maps of any sort. And the way that they did that was that they pictured where they were going in their mind's eye, and they held that vision the whole time they were navigating the ocean. And they also practiced deep visualization in terms of their sensory system. So smelling the island, feeling the island in their body, feeling the elements of the island on their skin, being there, placing themselves there in their mind's eye, and deeply, deeply cultivating their visualization skills in order to navigate. And so their manifestational practice was so key to getting them to where they needed to go. They could navigate across large, vast areas of ocean without any tools of any sort or maps, because they held that vision of the place that they were going in their mind's eye. And so it's spoken to in terms of if you can see where you're going, if you can see your goal, then you're already halfway there. So I just encourage you to cultivate and develop your manifestational toolkit by practicing visualization and feeling the feeling of already having it, feeling the emotions attached to having that as your reality, and really make it your reality. And wait for the signs and signals and pathways to open for you to receive that. And I've really found that to be true in my own practice. For years, I was practicing those tools in order to travel to other places. I've traveled to Peru and London, Mexico, and Hawaii many times. And now that I know what those places feel like in my body and in my senses, I could easily manifest travel there again, because I have that awareness viscerally in my being, and I can call upon those senses and call in that that medicine again for myself. So I just like to encourage you to take the time to hold that vision in your heart of what it is you want to receive. It could be a house, it could be a partner, it could be travel to a different place, it could be a creative project, a book, a painting, a song, music, something like that. Another tip is to have a talisman that will represent and remind you to continue practice visioning your goal. And that could be a crystal, it could be a necklace, it could be an object on your altar, it could be a scent, it could be something you eat that reminds you of your vision. And yeah, that's also a really powerful reminder of what you're calling in for yourself. So I encourage you this full moon to take time to be outside with the elements, and ideally like climb a mountain. And as you're climbing that mountain, you're visualizing yourself reaching your goal. Climbing mountains can be a very effective visualization and manifestational practice. You know, climbing the mountain can be very indicative of that upward ascension towards what you're looking for and what you're seeking. And so my suggestion would be to go outside for the full moon, climb to a high place, spend some time in the elements, ideally under the full moon, and receive the illumination of that moonlight into your being, and call upon your ancestors, call upon yourself, connect with your heart, connect with your breath, and tune into the frequency of having already received what you're calling in for yourself. And you know, maybe taking, like I said, a talisman of some sort with you, and making the intention to hold that energy in that object, and allow it to remind you of what it is you're calling in for yourself. Yeah, so that's my suggestion for this full moon. And intention is always key. The more that we have a strong intention, the more we practice the vibration of having that, the more energy coalesces in the universe and the multiverse to make that, it responds in kind, you know, to make that an actual reality in your waking experience. So journaling about it, speaking to it in the affirmative. I'm going this place, I'm buying a home, I'm writing a book, I'm I'm uh, with a partner. I, you know, really just like talking it up and telling other people. So that's the other key I've noticed, is telling people. You like, from my example about traveling, you know, telling people I'm going to go to Mexico, I'm going to go to London, and just telling a bunch of people. And the more people you tell, and the more people hold the vision and the awareness that that's what you're doing, then the more weight that gives your manifestation, and the more potentiality there is for that to manifest as it needs to. Another suggestion is to to make some art around it, to actually create what you're calling in on a piece of paper with pencils or markers or paint, and to make, you know, like actually practice making that a reality, even if it's just in a 2D form. And yeah, like I said, thinking the thoughts, talking the talk, feeling the feelings, creating what you want on paper, vision boarding it, writing it out, are all very, very potent manifestational tools. And yeah, I'm curious what you're calling in for yourself. If you'd like to share that with us, you're welcome to leave that in the comment section here. So that can also be a signal to the universe that this is what you're calling in. And you can put that out there in the vibrational field, and you can launch that rocket of desire, and to quote Abraham. And yeah, to put it in the comments here so we can hold space for that as well for you. And if you'd like any sort of help in manifesting your desires and calling in what you'd like for yourself, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help you in that regard, and to make a vision board with you, to practice these manifesting tools, and to work one-on-one as that guide for you. I'd be happy to do that. This is also a reminder that I'm holding a bi-monthly Dreamwork teaching circle, dream weaving circle, in Ashland, Oregon, on the first and third Mondays of the month until winter solstice, until I leave for Hawaii. And What that looks like is that we'll be gathering together and holding space for one another, for sharing our dreams, and for going into dream symbolism, and for practicing relaxing our bodies and going into an active dreaming state through shamanic drumming, which I'll be holding the drum for, and journaling and practicing writing in a dream journal, and holding each other accountable for paying attention to our dreams. I feel that dream work is really essential and vital at this time in our evolution as human beings, and I'm really excited to share what I've been learning and to hold space for that practice, and to coalesce and coordinate a group of people, a core group of people who come together and make the intention, a strong intention, to pay attention to their dreams and to share their dreams and to collectively dream. I'll also be sharing information about dreaming herbs such as blue lotus and mugwort, and how we can tune in to the plant kingdom to help us dream and weave our dreams and remember our dreams. Talk about supplements you can take to help you remember your dreams. And it's a beautiful time to co-create, and this is a way we can co-create in the imaginal realm, in the dream time. And all of cultures throughout the world have talked about the importance of dream time, and many first peoples in this land have talked about dream droughts being a sign of needing to come back to the dream time. A sign that we've gone way off base in terms of our relating to ourselves and to each other and to the earth. And so, if you are going through a dream drought where you haven't had dreams, please reach out to me and I can give you some suggestions. And I encourage you, if you don't live in Oregon and you can't join a circle such as this with me, you can create your own dream circle. And you can also study the material that I'm studying as well. And like I said, I'm happy to guide folks. So if you'd like to reach out to me, feel free to do so. I'll put my Facebook name and my email in the description here so you can get a hold of me easily. And I'd be happy to help, and happy to guide, and happy to listen. And I pray that your dreams are really potent and beautiful, and you can recall them, and they're significant to you, and you can learn these ways of how to work with your dream time, because it's just as real, as this waking life. It's just another dimension that we slip into when we go to sleep and park our bodies and go into that dream state. It's just a different way of relating to the fabric of the multiverse, and then we come back here and this feels more real to us. But if we pay more and more attention to our dreams, where we had a lot more creative power, I feel like, in that realm, that will become very, very real to us as well, and really be empowering to us to recover pieces of ourselves, to explore alternate dimensions, to get out of space and time, to do things we can't do here, like fly or swim underwater, or explore other planets and dimensions, and take on avatars and embody other beings, and even animals. Animal totems, become a jaguar, become a bird. So it's an exciting work, and I'm grateful to share and to continue to learn. And again, please feel free to leave comments here. Please subscribe to my channel for regular updates on what I'm learning and my life's journey, and where I am in space and time, and just what it's like to be a human being, and to receive encouragement and guidance and appreciation. I really appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and may this message find you well. Aloha!